How's it, guys? Evening, everybody. Today is currently Tuesday the 9th. It is 25 to 7. I'm on my way to Broken Road to attend the meeting that was scheduled at 7 in aid of our anglers' safety. I'm sure you guys are all aware of what happened with Jody Rademeyer that was shot at Long Parking, I think. But nonetheless, we wish Jody a speedy recovery and sending our thoughts to him and his family. But yeah, we are going to unite, as we all are aware that fishing along our FalseBay coast is not always the safest. We always promote fishing in numbers. You will always hear that amongst many anglers, like fishing in numbers. It's important, obviously, but that's because of the amount of crime and violent activity that we have in our country. So, but it shouldn't be that way. Like all we want to do is just catch fish. We're not interfering with anybody. We're not in anybody's way. It's just us and the ocean. So yeah, tonight's meeting is about an action plan of what can be done to make our area safer, what can be done to lessen the amount of attacks that happen with our fishermen, where they're getting robbed and assaulted, the tackle and gears stolen. So yeah, we're going to try and come up with some long-term solution that can address those issues, because it can't go on like this, man. I mean, like I said, all we want to do is catch fish, and then we need to be subject to violent activities, and it's not on. It's really not on. So yeah, nonetheless, I'm on the way to the meeting. I will obviously record and document as much as I can, and you guys can check the full meeting on my channel. So yeah, stay tuned. So we just got to Strammerday now, Pavilion, and there's quite a bit of a turnout. See, we got some familiar faces here. Some familiar faces. Salam, bro. How's it? All right, how you, sir? Good, man. You? Good. I believe there's like a register or something that we must complete. Yeah. Have you completed the register yet? Not yet. I
got a few minutes here.
Nah, let's go do that. I think maybe we just need to like show our names, or But there's a liquor turnout, no? Where's the register? Oh, is this the register? Good evening, sir. Cody.
I see you done us, you wrote up. I didn't stop now.
That's cool.
I see you wrote it.
A rod?
Rod was you didn't get it.
I was planning on making a throw, but nah, man, it's too windy. It's too windy. Law enforcement is here. quite a turnout.
Every individual present today, community members, anglers, leaders, officials, and concerned residents. Your presence is not only valued but vital. It shows unity, courage, and a shared commitment to restoring peace and safety on our coastline. The FalseBay community stands together today with one purpose: to reclaim our coastline from violence, fear, and neglect. FalseBay is one of South Africa's most active and valued coastal zones, used daily by anglers, families, tourists, and local communities. However, over the past years, safety conditions have deteriorated to alarming levels. Violent attacks, robberies, and intimidation have become more frequent, placing lives at risk and forcing community members to recreate in fear. We have reached a critical moment. Immediate, coordinated, and sustained action is required to protect coastal users and restore public confidence. One of the most painful reminders of our coastal crisis is the shooting of Jody, an innocent, law-abiding angler who was attacked and shot multiple times while simply enjoying his passion, which is fishing. This incident was more than just an assault on one man. It shook our entire community. It reminded us that it could be one of us, our children, our friends, our family, or we could be the next victim. We are deeply grateful to God that Jody survived. However, it does not ease the trauma he endured, nor does it remove the responsibility placed on all authorities to make meaningful steps towards preventing future incidents. The hashtag Justice for Jody represents a call for accountability, a call for stronger investigations, a call for real protections of anglers and beach users, a reminder that safety on our coastline must be treated as a priority. Key issues raised. We formally request that the existing beach driving regulations be reviewed and amended to allow licensed anglers to drive on the beach from sunset to sunrise in designated non-bather zones. During these hours, there are no beachgoers or bathers, which means controlled night access for anglers poses no risk to the public. Allowing anglers to fish from their vehicles is a critical safety measure. Parking far away and walking a long distance in the dark exposes anglers to robbery, ambush, and violent crime. Adjusting the law will significantly reduce vulnerability, ensure safer fishing conditions, and assist patrol units in monitoring activity more effectively. This change will not only support angler safety, but also help law enforcement identify vehicles with legitimate fishing activity during nighttime hours. Designated tracks will only be used to ensure minimal ecological impact on vegetation, anchoring, and sand dunes. Regarding the access to fishing spots, Buchanan Road is always sanded up. Popular spots like Marina Road, which in the past was accessible to all and was unilaterally blocked off by the city. We would like to know why this was done and request the reopening of Marina Road. The community urgently requires transparency about safety resources available to the coastal users. Clear communication is needed regarding patrol schedules, emergency response capabilities, and the presence of specialized units. A shared operations map or information sheet should be distributed to community structures. Over the past months, violent crimes targeting anglers and beachgoers has significantly increased. These incidents are becoming more organized, more aggressive, and more frequent. The escalation requires a dedicated task team and structured intervention. The hashtag Justice for Jody and hashtag Safety in Numbers reflects the growing unity and determination of the FalseBay community. These movements send a clear message that residents are no longer willing to be silent or sidelined. The community is mobilizing, organized, and ready to collaborate constructively with authorities. While the community has shown great unity under the message hashtag safety in numbers, we want to make it absolutely clear that this is not an endorsement that anglers must fish in large groups in order to be safe. Fishing in numbers is a temporary survival response to a failing safety system, not a long-term solution and not a requirement that anglers should have to follow. Every angler, whether fishing alone or with others, has the right to feel safe at any time, day or night, access the coastline without fear, enjoy the sport peacefully, whether alone or in a group, trust the law enforcement and safety structures are protecting them. No one should have to gather in groups for protection. We are supposed to be safe anywhere, anytime, even when we are fishing alone. The coastline belongs to the public, and safety must apply to every individual, not only those who arrive in large numbers. Fishing, walking, tourism, recreation and sport. This level of public utilization requires proper safety infrastructure, regular monitoring and consistent protection from criminal activity. Recent rapid arrests by specialized units show that when cases receive priority, criminals can be located and apprehended quickly. We believe the same level of urgency should apply to crimes committed against anglers and FalseBay users, swimmers, surfers, and all beachgoers. Anglers frequently report harassment, excessive profiling, and intimidation from certain law enforcement officials. This creates unnecessary tension and diverts attention away from a real crime. Anglers are not the enemy. They are law-abiding citizens who deserve respect and equal treatment. FalseBay should receive the same quality of policing and protection as such as areas as Camps Bay, Sea Point, and all other affluent areas. Anglers pay for permits every year, contributing millions of rands nationally. A clear breakdown of how these funds are allocated is required. The community expects visible investment into coastal safety equipment, patrol units, signage, and infrastructure. Immediate action required. Establish a dedicated WhatsApp safety hotline for anglers. Deploy more visible patrol officers in high-risk zones. Install CCTV cameras at coastal access points. Implement an emergency response protocol for high-risk hours. Encourage the public to avoid buying stolen tackle, reducing criminal markers. Promote active reporting of suspicious activity and coordinate response with law enforcement. Long-term measures. Develop a comprehensive multi-agency coastal safety strategy. Invest in lighting, signage, safe parking zones, and monitored access routes. Strengthen cooperation between SAPS, law enforcement, neighborhood watches, and private security. Implement education campaigns for new anglers on safety, reporting, and responsible coastal use. Introduce long-term monitoring systems to track crime patterns and improve intervention planning. The safest fishing areas are often those only accessible to the 4x4 vehicles. This is why we request you to open the beach for driving between sunset and sunrise. And this is a strong message to the criminals. Let this be stated clearly. We are fed up. We have had enough. Our coastline will no longer be a playground for thugs, robbers, and violent criminals. The people of FalseBay are united, organized, and determined to protect each other. We are ready to take our coastline back. The call to action, we urge all officials and stakeholders to recognize the seriousness of the situation. Act immediately to safeguard our coastline. Provide transparency, cooperation, and accountability. Work with the community to restore dignity and protection to all coastal users. We acknowledge the city's plans to renovate the Strandfontein Pavilion in February 2026, and we welcome any development that improves our coastline. However, we strongly urge that dedicated SAPS substation and law enforcement satellite stations be included as part of these upgrades. The pavilion area is a major fishing and recreational zone, yet it remains a hotspot for crime due to limited visibility and slow response time. A permanent on-site policing presence will greatly increase safety for anglers, families, and all beach users. This is an essential long-term solution that must be incorporated into the city's plan from the start. The FalseBay Fishing Association stands firm, united, and fully committed to rebuilding a safe, peaceful coastline for present and future generations. We thank you. Before we do the handover of the memorandum, I would like to introduce the admins of the FalseBay Fishing Association. These guys came together and they gave up their time, they sacrificed their time, and they said, you know what, it's time that we stand together and we try and make the difference. And together, I believe wholeheartedly and I believe strongly that this can be done. So, in no specific order, I would like to introduce Mr. Yazeed Khatiep. Just raise your hand at Yazeed Khatiep. Then second, Mr. Ryan Saint. Third, we have Mr. Zaid Markwood. Fourth, we have Anis Abrams. Number 5, we have Rashid Sassman. Rashid, are you here? Over there. Then we have Mr. Yazeed Abrams. Behind me. Then we have Mr. Wasif Kafar. Right at the back there, right at the back. Then we have Mr. Yusuf Hope. We have Mr. Rayan Jacobs. We have myself, Yazeed Khatiep. And then we have Mr. Noor Sukha. Mr. Noor Sukha, where are you? Okay, there we go. So that is the admin. Ladies and gentlemen, please give them a round of applause. These guys have had a week of their life. Our phones were ringing non-stop. And we wanted to get this message out far and wide. And on behalf of ourselves, we would like to thank each and every person that is here this evening, that has shared our messages, that has put out statuses, that has shared in our groups. Without you people, this wouldn't have been possible. Thank you. SAPS, step forward please. Okay, everybody's on my left hand side. I want the delegates to come up, introduce themselves, and thereafter collect the memorandum. We'll sign for the memorandum and then they will do the collection of the memorandum. If any of the delegation wants to say something after you collect the memorandum, please feel free to take the mic and then obviously have a few words to say. Thank you.
Good evening, I'm Councillor Alton Jansen. I'm the Ward Councillor for Ward 43. It consists of Strandfontein and the Philippi horticultural area. Thank you very much to the organizers who've brought all of us together. And it's good to see that there's organization, because it's important when we engage with the committee as was introduced to you. So I'm not the councillor for the entire coastline. I was born in Makassar. I lived in Strandfontein and Muizenberg, so I've lived along the coastline all of my life. And so I commit today, once I've received the memorandum, to engage with the other coastal councillors, to engage with the different safety structures, We also need to engage with the Department of Forestry, Fisheries and Environment, and engage engage with all the role players, engage with the FalseBay Association to plot and go through the memorandum. It is important that we engage regularly. I think the last time I personally called a meeting with the fishing community was the time with the shark charming in the Strandfontein Community Hall. It wasn't quite as big as this size today, but I assume that some of you were in that meeting. And that was the last time I engaged with the fishing community at large. And I think it's important that we stand together. This is not your fight alone, it's our fight, the fight against crime. And so we need to get all the role players in one room to tackle these issues. I would like to also express my disgust with regards to the incident that happened with the young man. I believe he is getting better, and we pray to God that he will recover fully. And so, thank you once again to the organizers, and let's continue to work together in tackling the issues that you've mentioned in your memorandum. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I'm Captain Nat, Principal Commander at SAPS. I accept the memorandum, and I will say that I think the memorandum is well written, and it's not. There's nothing that cannot be achieved in that memorandum. I think. Thank you.
Alexander, just to introduce yourself and to share some words.
Thank you, people. It's beautiful to see that there is so many people coming out to support this initiative. And I want to just encourage you that there is strength in unity. As you guys are united in your fight against crime, it also assists us as SAPS to achieve bigger things on the coastline. That is a challenge. I'm Colonel Alexander. I'm the responsible for investigations at Muizenberg. So we've been in contact with the friend of the victim, as we couldn't speak to the victim. But like I said, we're committed to just to make sure that we are able to make some arrests with the help of witnesses and everybody who's involved that can assist with regard to what is happening. But thank you again for coming up and showing your support.
No enforcement?
Good evening, I'm Superintendent Daniels from Metro Police. I'm also representing the City of Cape Town. My area of operation is from Strandfontein Road till Wolfgat. So the side of Strandfontein Road is my area of responsibility. And we will work closely with this organization. And I would love to know that the hotspots we will patrol the hotspots during this festive season, and we will continue doing them during this year. And I am also responsible for the local witches plane. So, and I will encourage each and every one of you that is there any issues to make use of the city's hotline. That means it's 107 480 7700. The system works like this: that if you call, that the city will dispatch Metro Police officers, law enforcement officers, and traffic officers to the specific location where the complaint is. That you will get a reference number so that we can have at least a track record of all the hotspots in the areas, and it will be registered on the database. So it's important for us to have that kind of calls and reference numbers so that we can know that there's a trail of incidents where it happened, so that we can at least focus on the specific points where the calls come from. So I will encourage all of you to use that specific number. I will repeat it again. It's 107 from a landline and 480 7700. So then we will at least react on this calls that comes through with the reference numbers. Thank you.
Yazeed, NCP.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Captain Antonio Strandfontein, Station Commander. Sorry that I'm not in uniform. We're out here in function. So we're a little bit busy there. Although the incident of Jody didn't happen with my precinct, crime happens to all of us. And it affects all of us as well. And the whole coastline, from Wolfgat up until Fisherman's Lane, belongs to us, the Stratford police station. And I just want to encourage everybody to keep the faith, work with the police, law enforcement, all other law structures that we have. And also, we do need to sit down with you guys, as well as law enforcement, Metro Police, where we can have a collective plan. And after we've studied the memorandum agreement and come up with some sort of solution as to what we can do to address the crime situation on the coastline. Right? So that's it from me. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Any councillors? I know, are you with Jerry Gordon? Okay, you, everybody, okay. Shaim, can you please come up?
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Good evening, everybody. You know, everybody has said that we need to work together. But somebody needs to keep them accountable also. And that's going to be our job, right? To keep them accountable. Once the memorandum has been gone through and certain agreements has been reached, a timeline should be put to it. So as baie ons gaan net praat, die gaan ons doen en die gaan ons doen nie. Right? So it's going to be our job, it's going to be my job, right, to keep them accountable. So whatever is decided, so that it can be implemented for the safety of our community, for the safety of our anglers. Because ek sê die enigste is wat ek altyd vang is 'n koue. So I'm not really a fisherman, but a lot of good friends and family are enjoying this hobby, and they're coming out with their families. So wherever you are, you need to be safe. Right? It is sad that the plan must only be put in place now. I'm a little bit disappointed that our officials didn't say that there is a plan in place. And that is how we act on it. Because that is the reason why we are here. When we come out, we want to feel safe. Also, as ek vandaan gaan vis, as jy moet sy my kwaad gemaak het. Right, as I got fish for land, I want to feel safe, I want to feel secure, that there is a plan from our law enforcement agencies, there is a plan in place that I will be safe. So, it will be my job to keep all of them accountable for the safety of everybody. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Shaim. Okay, we're just going to open up the floor. But we're not going to be long, maybe 20 minutes to half an hour, for you to pose questions to the officials, because we have them here. Maybe they can answer questions that we can't. So, seeing that we have officials here, if anybody would like to ask a question, the floor is now open. Please come up, take the mic, and the floor would be yours. Anybody from any other fishing club?
Independent, I want to ask our law enforcement people. I've pulled firearm 3 or 4 times, and 3 and 4 times I've been locked up without even shooting. Now once you take out your firearm and they get you at the police station, the first thing you are accused of is, this can be attempted murder, my friend. Not knowing what rubbish is walking on these beaches. And that is just to protect yourself. Be very careful. These people are not very nice to us when we are locked up for just pulling a firearm. They are not very nice. I'm good in my years, and I can tell you this, I've fished this coast from the age of 13, 14, and I'm over 17, and there's Mr. Moses standing. I've never been treated well on this coast. From Muizenberg till here by the country. Not very nice. When you are confronted by these people, they don't ask you a question, they demand an answer. It is not fairness, my friend. I've been treated very badly, quite a couple of times, by law enforcement in Muizenberg. I've been locked up twice there also. It is not fair, I'm shaking, and it's not a nice feeling. I grew up on this beach. My father, grandfather, and every father of mine has been a fisherman in Cork Bay and in Hout Bay. Both grandfathers, my father, my brother, and all my uncles, we belong to the sea. This is who we are, and that goes for most of us here. Please, gentlemen, show us some respect when we come and report a crime that we have committed. Show us some respect. You can ask Mr. Dias who used to work for you years ago. 8 of them attacked me there in Muizenberg when I was still very young. And you know what happened? I was locked up. So I'm bringing my point of view, and I think there's a lot of you people here that's standing here and not feeling safe, but are safety officers. Because the person they ask you, where's your permit? Not, goeiemorgen meneer, het u een permit? Nee, they don't know how to talk to us. And I'm over 70. And they still do not respect me. I'm sorry that I had to bring this up, gentlemen, but it has to come out, and somebody has not to teach people a lesson, but to teach the respect that goes both ways. Thank you.
Sorry.
I think each of you is important for making time and hear us. So, Mr. Metropolis, you said that the first thing or the first step that we have to take is to report it via phone, the hotline or whatever. So I just want to think a little outside of the box. We are fishing on the coastline. Before we know it, we are robbed. What phone am I going to phone you with? So I just needed to think a little bit more constructively about what we need to do. Because on this side of the coastline, Muizenberg, we fish there all of the time. We're forced to fish there. We were here that the fish is biting the other side. We don't come this side. That side, we have at least 3 or 4 law enforcement agencies stop us and find out if we're okay. Why can't the same happen this way? If you drive on this coastline at night or after dark, you don't see one police vehicle, not one. And the ones that you do see is the ones that is leaving blue waters and the I've seen, I've witnessed, and I've heard about how the vehicles are broken into with the law enforcement base being used. So the visibility alone is also not enough. So what can we put into place for all of us to become one in fighting this thing? That is what I want to say. Think about it a little bit outside of the box. Phoning, having a phone or phoning a number is not going to work. Because even at home, with normal cases, you phone the number and they tell you, sorry, we don't have a van available. So, you just put what you need to
We have, yeah.
Law enforcement for December and January. I think I speak for everybody over here. If this is going to take a while before we decide to go to papers and sign. We need to now, tonight, we are allowed to drive on the beach from sunset to sunrise. You come here, you put your tire on the sand, 1,500. Quickly. 2,000. Going once, going twice, 2,000.
On the block where Jody was shot, I was parking on the block. Me was in a newspaper a few years ago. I had to go to Simonstown. They let me go to court. 3 months knowing they don't want me to see the judge, they made me pay half the fine, but they made me walk to court for 3 months. That is what our South African law system do to us. And I'm also an 80-year-old man.
This is it. We come here, so we fish from Inisora all the way down to Macassar. There's nobody at night. Nobody. We come here 9, 10 o'clock at night. You won't see a law enforcement the next minute. Quickly write out your ticket. Guys, come on. We've had a lot of nonsense on this beach. From December now, we need to know, we need an answer. You can get hold of this gentleman. We need an answer before Friday. Let's just do something without asking 5 million people. Let us just drive on the beach. It's not going to kill anybody at night, but it's going to be safer for us.
Miss Eve Alfred Adolf Blake, a retired police officer, second in charge of Table Bay Harbour. And I'm the only police officer in a police magazine to be called an icon. And I'm also going to tell you, I was the only person, counsel, you can tell you I'm lying, to fight that your broken roads has got stairs and lights. Yes. And the parking, what was through me. Yes. That is my introduction.
Loud enough.
My teeth's gonna fall out. Talking to her. Okay, people. Firstly, let us apply the reasonable man criteria. So African police, the law enforcement, cannot be everywhere. They're not omnipresent. I'm going to give you a quote which was used in the Second World War. Look after number one. When you go fishing, you have to do your own intelligence. You have to do your own intelligence. You cannot come to fish after hours alone. You will become a victim. So you must look after number one.
So yeah, guys, I think tonight was a huge success. There was a lot of guys that came out in numbers. They raised valuable concerns, but yeah, they will. Law enforcement has the memorandum now, so we'll do a follow-up, or Yazeed will do a follow-up with them on Friday, and then yeah, we'll see where this goes, if we can have some of our demands met. But yeah, this is only to safeguard the safety of our anglers and their families that are obviously fishing, and just for a safer coastline. So yeah, we'll see what happens.
But what I noticed is the naming of the video is freaking cool, because and what I wanted to do is I wanted to put a picture of you with the illegal settings.
Now ask you, what do you think is gonna come from this? Do you think we're gonna be able to drive on the beach?
Not gonna happen. We need to be realistic, man. To be honest.
You think it's not gonna happen?
I think if everyone's gonna have the right to do it, then they're gonna mess it up personally.
They're gonna take
advantage.
advantage.
Too many people on the beach, yeah, they're gonna take advantage, and I think maybe we can make it easy to get permits.
To drive on the beach.
To drive on the beach, yeah, and for maybe a specific time. Sorry to interrupt, but even if we give this man a permit to drive on the beach, he will just drive on the beach. He won't fish. Regardless. He won't catch fish. Yeah. He won't. That's the thing. You see some of us. Okay, I will include myself. Look at me. That's my motive for 4x4 thing. You can drive on the beach. Wait. Even if you give us the, I don't know what they're worried about. They're worried about poaching fish stocks and depleting the stocks. Even if you see I have a 4x4, but you don't know how to 4x4.
Nah, but
you're doing well now. I saw your videos.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
I'm not talking about the fishing. I'm talking about the 4x4.
I didn't get stuck.
What? Liar.
On a serious note, the one thing that I wish can come from this is if we're able to drive on the beach.
Nah,
because
they're gonna have to run.
exactly,
They
they won't be able to access it with normal cars, man. Like getaway cars and
But for us too, we don't have 4x4, so you're gonna put us a tow rope at the back.
Nah, you must sprung with us.
Like a trailer. Because we don't have 4x4, we have 4-wheel drive.
Can you see? And that's why we must go all as a little trippy, even if it's a day trip.
Oh yeah.
Then whoever don't have 4x4 can just park in at the back.
Just park in and gooi, man, bro.
And not inside the back. While he's here, I have a little connect for you, man. So this guy here, you have a car wash, no? So he washes your car inside and out, at the bottom and on top. I need the bottom.
I think we all need that.
For so easy. Just give you a address and your contact number.
The easiest way to find the place, it's the old SPCA, it's actually PDSA, the blue building next to Athlone Police Station.
You bring your dogs around.
Okay.
Yeah, I can lock them up, wash them.
Do you want to give your contact details with us?
081 362 1303. The car wash name is SADS, SUDZ.
SADS?
SADS, yeah. My name is Wasif, you can find it in anyone's social media, okay? There's not a lot of videos, but there are videos, okay?
Short
Look for the one with the Ferrari.
I'm gonna make one. Fishing for blanks. We say, look here, and that's why the name is what it is. Yeah, that's why the name is. We don't make false promises. You know, we're gonna fishing for blanks. We blank. I think what you're not disappointed. We're gonna create a group chat, and I don't know what we're gonna name the group chat, but everyone that wanna go to Overwork, we go to Overwork. We have you do YouTube. There's 5 different YouTube channels. We have Mubarak also. Mubarak is starting up. Mubarak's gonna go for classes, YouTube classes. Editing classes. Yeah, but that Overwork trip must come. It must come. We've been talking about it for the past years.
Lawrence, how far is your competition going?
Here's the winner. Here's the winner of the call.
No. Who's the winner?
No.
Is this the winner?
Nah, he initially won. No. He initially won. But then
I saw Dewey won. I saw Dewey won.
And then he's the winner. So we're gonna go. I saw everything. But they also have a fishing channel. What is it now? Surf Killers, no? Surf Killers, yeah. I've been watching him. I've subscribed long time already. Sure. Yeah. I think the first video I watched was the Outplay video. Is it that video? Didn't you fish in Outplay also? On the channel? We have AI fishing. There was one King of FalseBay.
King of FalseBay AI fishing.
Oh,
we won, yeah, but the guy that won, he's not here today.
But it's a one team, man.
Yeah, one team.
You know, that's like a
So if AI fishing blank and then the whole team.
Yeah.